Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Night. Red Alert 3 replay. So on the bottom left side as the Cyan Empire, we have Jeromo? I have no idea. Spawn as the teammate as the yellow allies, we have Vindies. Spawn on the north side as the green allies, we have DeathWarrior02. Spawn on the right side as the blue allies, we have JeJe. Spawn as this purple reactor next to his blue allies, we have... Wait, no, that was JeJe. Blue is PP Sith. This is JeJe, and as the orange Soviet player, we have Predator. Which I believe Predator is actually a Kane's Wrath player. Granted, this is a relatively old replay, I think it's like 2016, but should be good nonetheless. We looks like we got some bears coming on forward. We got some bears and a combat engineer and a flak trooper. Down south we got just economy. Dojo core right there. Got a bear. Want to play hug any of the combat engineers there. And oh, there must be not be an opening there. And got a mutual trade there as well. And it looks like the the Dojo core does go down to the flak troopers. One mag mine, one couple flak trooper bursts there. Bursts, shots. What's it considered called? Firing a giant flak gun, portable flak gun. And we got Dojo core right here as well. It's interrupting the deployment of Orange, but it does go through the mag mines there in time. Conscripts are... Oh, good hit kills there by the Imperial Warrior. And wait, this is a fast war factory. You got a terror drone and a combat engineer deploying on forward. Got a bear out sea. Over here we got a big wave of peacekeepers on both sides. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 green peacekeepers versus 13, 14 blue peacekeepers. And blue's going to eye for some turret pushing. Down south, got a flak trooper versus Mecha Tengu. And just going up armor there. Got some bears right there. Throw some bombs onto them. And blue has a very good line of peacekeepers right now on the field. Over here, we've got a bear inside the wall. It's natural habitat. Oh, and he bombed down some of his own wall segments there. Not sure if that's useful. Wall segments are relatively cheap. We got a multi-gun turret here. He can throw a peacekeeper inside of it to start annihilating these peacekeepers. After all, a fully automatic shotgun is pretty effective versus infantry. Sickles and Terror Drone's getting some good snares there, but the Mecha Tengu does finish it off. Does take out the flak trooper as well. Maybe eyeing for some honorable discharge. No, he's going to just back out to sea in order to escape. It does go ahead and his teammate goes and bombs the multi-gun turret as Green starts pushing forward with his peacekeepers. He can throw his own peacekeepers inside the multi-gun turret. And doesn't get one inside of it in time, but does go ahead and advance forward. Good bomb runs there by his teammate. And Green has a good number of peacekeepers here, but does receive quite a bit of splash damage there. Multi-gun turret has been going out. He's still a peacekeeper inside of it. And there we go, got the fully automatic shotgun. Getting some great damage right there. Taking him down that firing line of peacekeepers. Remember, these peacekeepers have American voice lines. They're not Brits. And they're not redcoats either. Bullfrogs and Sickle trying to harass this prospector. Mostly the Sickle. Sickle does go in the mix of it, getting some good damage, but does largely miss the jump there. Black Trooper Bullfrogs do get some good hits there on the Vindicator taking out, and one of the Bullfrogs does in fact go down. Down south, we got Orange claimed his opponent's Oyo Derek, and we do have the Dojo core trying to set up to reclaim it. Yellow's coming into the bombing around the support as teammate. We got a good number of peacekeepers here as well. Does sell off the multi-gun turret for as much as you can for a refund. Not necessarily a full refund, but max refund. Got a good number of sickles here that should be very useful, but the multi-gun turret is still problematic. We also got a lot of laser lock javelins here. The sickles need to start advancing forward. Green has his own multi-gun turret there. Does quickly finish off there with his peacekeepers. And still got the fully automatic multi-gun turret here and multiple there as well. And throw his peacekeeper inside his teammate's multi-gun turret. Does adopt the green color scheme as well. So I wonder if it actually becomes his? Probably not. And And right now, the Soviet sickle's going to be charging forward, cutting down any additional peacekeepers. Got some bullfrog support as well, so the Vindicators are stuck on the deck, and they're going to be gunned on the deck as well. It does actually get a nice bomber in there as the bullfrogs and sickles run past, and it's going to go straight for the economy line. Over here, got a sentry gun by his teammate, and yellow's going to receive some bomber runs, or purple, orange, getting all the colors mixed up. Oh, does got the sickle there, very nice. This other sickle will get some good harassment there. This sickle will go ahead and jump on in. And it looks like Green's making some good headway there, or actually Cyan is, I should say, the Chopper VXs. And that one does get picked off as well. Does have vulnerable discharge over here. We got the sickle still continues harassment. And needs to go ahead and jump in this sickle as well. Yellow's advancing forward for some peacekeepers and javelin troops with Riptide support. War Collective may just try to charge forward to get some crushes off in, and does get a hammer tank. Hammer tank can go ahead and try crushing the infantry himself. Another hammer tank there. It does go ahead and evacuate the Riptides as he's going to lose it out of the way. Let's got the javelin troops there, and great crushes there by that hammer tank. Barracks being deployed on out. Up here, we do got Magenta's force finally being cleaned on up. Green's been bruised, but not beaten. And does get a nice little leech beam there. Trying to seal himself a 50 cal, but he is actually getting quite healthy regen, which is being passed off to the hammer tank. Multi-gunner turret does get cleaned on up. May go for some pressure there. We've got a good number of Chopper VX and Jet Mega Tengus. Nice infect there onto the Salami tank as the other Salami tank is being focused down by the various forces. Vindicators charging on forward as well. Getting some bombers there. Good dodge there. Hammer tanks don't have any anti-aircraft support, so they will need to fall back with the Chopper VXs. We've got a Tesla coil here, but no anti-aircraft forces. Good bomber run there by Yellow's Vindicators onto the Tesla coil. And Blue does have a good force of peacekeepers and javelin troops. Not sure why he brought up the shield. Maybe he was trying to turn on the laser lock. And it looks like the Orange MCV now receiving hits by Yari mini sub. Frontline Crusher Crane being deployed now, and we've got a Black Trooper fancy forward trying to go for some mag mines, but multi-gunner IFVs are relatively effective versus infantry. You got a leech beam there. Now got a Desolator strike there to lock down the barracks. Good number of leech beams engaged in the multi-gun turret. And now we also see Athena out in the field. Yellow's MCVs receiving quite a bit of fire, getting focused down there. Riptide getting some free damage in. It does go into Toxic Corrosion. Toxic Corrosion will also help with the fight there as well. Holy crap, that is a spy. And that is a lot of free infantry for Yellow. It does cost like, what, 2,000 credits for the bribe? Bribe is 1,000 credits, and he net himself a good number of infantry, so it did pay himself. It was a good bargain deal, that's for sure. Now the ore refinery receiving quite a bit of fire from these various forces. Hammer tanks, black troopers, and bears are making their way forward. There's a couple sickles to the mix as well. Orange and Magenta may break through the front line. We've got some leech beams here. Because I don't see any extra guns onto these hammer tanks. They can't claim themselves a Prospector or attachment either. Does take up the ore refinery as well. Vindicators charging forward, does get a couple hammer tanks, but will receive a couple deaths themselves. So we got the spy here. He's not camouflaged. Bears, of course, can spot camouflage spies. And I don't think they can be bribed either. Let's see if we see a bribe. He does actually go for the bribe there, but it does not affect bears. Bears, they're dumb. They don't know what money is. Apollo may get destroyed the deck, getting snared by the terror drone. Hammer tanks are streaming on forward. And it looks like somebody has been defeated. It looks like just Cyan left, taking over all three players' bases. Cyan's now into his opponent's base. No, Blue is actually up north as well. This was green and yellow, and Cyan was left side. Blue was already up here, but Cyan is making his way forward in his opponent's base, right? I getting all the colors mixed up? I might be. I could have sworn blue was the natural spawner there. Okay, yeah, he's shooting him down. Got Tesla coils, got multi-gunner eye turrets being deployed out. Cyan does have a massive reserve and income now, thanks to him controlling the entire base. And Cyan was the Empire player, so he has Empire protocols. He does have a Wave Force Artillery and King Oni, as well as the ally MCV. He could deploy himself quickly a War Factory up here if you want to get some double technology. But that may not be a possibility, though he does have other technology capabilities out on the field, I can see. I just hear another, bribe there? That must have been just cash bounty. I saw the, like, plus 1,250 or 49 magenta credits, and that was the Soviet player, so that had to have been cash bounty, I heard. Ooh, Chokan battleship almost went down. So we got a decent force here. Orange is a decent force as well. Lacks a bit of anti-aircraft. Got one extra gun on one of these hammer tanks. Blue is battered. What does blue have remaining? I see command hubs. I don't think blue has any production structures left. Just building command hubs and then selling them off for peacekeepers. It's probably a good idea to just back out of the game and give a teammate all your income. Because you can't bring any protocols without an MCV. Hammer tanks advancing forward. And does claim himself a Wave Force Artillery gun as well. He hit the King Oni with the Wave Force Artillery, but got the Twin Blades now engaging as well. And the King Oni does go down. Wave Force Artillery gun does hit this King Oni, doing severe damage. Getting himself elite. It's not looking good for Cyan. He's lost quite a bit of infrastructure. Blue's gathering his peacekeepers. He does take up the ore collector there. Magenta's going to break through. Has a lot of free targets. We've got an elite Shogun battleship still here. We also got an airfield for Cyan. Possess access to some various allied technology. You can also deploy out a prospector to get that airfield. No, there's already a prospector here. You can get a heightened clearance to get out some cryocopters so you'll choose. Shogun battleship does get pursued down by the Twin Blades, getting a fully heroic Twin Blade, and it was on the wounded one as well, so we'll get some nice health regen. Sea Wings and Shogun battleships make their advance, but there are some Akula subs now pursuing them. That may have been Ultra Torpedoes right there, but I don't think they actually fused properly there. Battering Ram takes out one of the Akula subs there for ramming maneuvers, ramming speed. And the other Akula subs getting focused down. Now Shogun battleships are breaking through the line. Getting some great damage there onto the naval yards. Cyan does, of course, have the Shogun battleships can do some great work there. Blue, yep, he's going for mass command hub. Just back out of the game. Give your teammate economy. And we do have multiple hammer tanks there. We got one that's fully heroic with King Oni head, so that's how we get head. He does go and take out that power plant there, and it looks like Cyan's economy is starting to go down. The Shogun battleship, one of them does receive a terror drone infect. You may just need to get it back home. It is elite. It has a bit of health to play around with. The heroic ones are advancing forward. Got Sea Wings and a Sky Wing. Varus has spot the Cyan airfield. And Magenta is making an advance. Let's have some bullfrogs here. We do have one prospector remains. He does use cash bounty there. I'm not sure why there's satellites being brought onto there. Trying to go for more infects there. Does get him fully heroic Shogun battleship. And it looks like this does get another infect there. So these Shogun battleships are slowly being whittled away. Twin Blades advance forward. Of course, we've got the two Sea Wings here to help. one heroic one will go down to the Terror Drone. And was unable to ram that one. Got a fully heroic Terror Drone there, infecting some of the Sea Wings. And this heroic Shogun battleship will be slowly torn apart. Magenta or Cyan does have a good force here, including King Oni, Wave Force Artillery, and some various anti-aircraft and tank busters. These are bullfrogs, they're anti-air. Got some twin blades here as well, good number of twin blades. Have to deal with those Striker VXs first. Put it there on the ore collector, or ore refinery. Got more Shogun battleships here. The heroic one will take a bit of time to go down. Super reactors starting to be picked off. And it looks like Blue has finally back to the game, being all the income to Magenta. He has a good number of twin blades. The Skywing, heroic Skywing, does turn into a Sea Wing there. Guys, multiple Sea Wings still out on the field. And the Cyan Shogun battleships are just making their way forward. Got some Tank Buster Surprise being pushed forward. Good to stay on the Shogun battleship, does not pick it off entirely, however. Orange does have economy, does have his MCV still alive, so Orange can recover. Still has this oil derrick as well, as was the airfield and war factory. Orange is not in a great position, but not in a game-ending position. Does go and transform, try and pursue that Terror Drone. He does pursue the Terror Drone. Didn't get the infect on this one in time. Does have a handful of Jet Tengus to escort, as well as the Sky Wings. The other Shogun battleships do find Orange's MCV. King Oni's do get cleaned on up. Hammer Tank's going for some massive crushes there. And it looks like the Tank Busters are getting picked apart by the head of the King Oni. Cyan's full ground force does get overrun by Magenta's force. Magenta needs to be on the aggressive. This force cannot take out the sea units, might also take out the ground structures. Mechatango is being also problematic here. Got some Sky Wings here and the Shogun battleship. And just pick that off. Starting to pick up the various infrastructure. And this is still being going on down. Ore refinery will go down. Got a handful of something being put on in there. I think that could be Destroyer Strike. The Apollo does go down. Got satellites now raining on in. Just a level 1 satellites. That's still off the something. And Science Force is still alive here. He does have, of course, 2 Shogun battleships. Orange is back out of the game. Now it's just purple and cyan. Let's go ore refinery there. This one was not refining for a very long time. Has 20,000 credits remaining. In comparison, these have 4,000, 7,000. Twin blades start making their way forward. It does take out all those Mechatangus, not Mechatangus. Striker BXs. I'm getting mixed up right now. I'm just right now a bit exhausted right now. Daylight savings have been kicking my butt. You know, I shouldn't have messed up or sort of too much. Somehow it is. I hear a honorable final squad being deployed on forward. This gets some damage there, as well as a lot of some good spotting. We got some heroic and elite Shogun battleship at sea. Getting some good broadsides, or not necessarily broadsides, they're firing from multiple angles, trying to hit these bullfrogs. One more volley onto that super reactor, and super reactor does go down. Doesn't take too much to finish off that ore refinery. We also got still the Sea Wings for anti-aircraft escort. That's getting effect there onto these Shogun battleships. They does, of course, have to repair. Got now these guys trying to engage this war factory. Skywings do get picked off by the bullfrogs. It does get the infect there. Got still a good number of command hubs from his teammate. He can sell them off for a bit of credits and peacekeepers. More twin blades are being deployed on out. Science base is carved down to a minimum. I hear there's the magnetic singularity, able to stun all these forces. It looks like one of the King Onis does get infected there. Megatengu is getting some damage there onto this ore collector, but there of course is the Crusher Crane nearby for repairs. Final Scorch being called on in. I think it's being called in over here. Or just over here. Getting some good damage here. There's another refinery. Science losing a lot of structures just down to his original base. Still got a good number of Shogun battleships, but they need to be parked into this ford or fjord. So right now he needs to start hitting this various ground structures right there. Does have 2 6 economy there. There's a Shogun battleship. There's some Shogun battleships, 2 heroic ones. Magenta does have some base infrastructure up north, including a handful of oil derricks. He has 3 oil derricks still alive. Crusher Crane does go down, interrupting the deployment of a battle lab. Super Reactor does go down, does claim one of those chopper VXs. It looks like Magenta doesn't have an MCV anymore. Oh, look, there it is. Science base defenses are quite minimal, has a lot of power plants. 2 mecha base, but I don't see an MCV. Oh, there's the MCV. Magenta does have a very good force. We try to be a bit more aggressive. It's not Shogun battleship will get focused down quite quickly. None of these twin blades are fully heroic as well. Got some King Onis here, and I think that's magnetic singularity, which will instantly kill all the tank busters. Does near himself some forces there. We've got a number of chopper VXs here. He needs some hammer tanks. And here comes the Desolator Strike as well as satellites. Just take out one of those King Oni. Got fully heroic Wave Force artillery. Once the Green Force start advancing forward, he does have some good upgrades on some of these hammer tanks, including one with the head. Let's do a full rush there on one of the hammer tanks. The hammer tanks will go and finish off that King Oni, and now the hammer tanks are going to be overrunning the various ground forces. Not being aggressive, he needs to be aggressive. Sea-Wing says hello. Looks like still 4 oil derricks from Magenta, which is actually quite good. And we got also a Spudnik over here. Ore refinery does go down. He's not naval expansion there. And it looks like the Sputnik does go down. against Shogun battleships over here would be quite ideal. We've got some Sea Wings here, and here comes a Shogun battleship. Final Squadron X being deployed on out. Let's check out that Jet Tengu as well. One of those Final Squadrons start just gliding away. There it goes. Sea Wings just get some shots there onto the twin blades. You got Magnetic Singularity being put out right there, but largely missing. Sky Wings gets, or Sea Wings get some good hits there on the twin blades. And now the MCVs receive quite a bit of fire. Good, it's there onto that Shogun battleship. One Shogun battleship does go down. Sea Wings, however, ripping apart these twin blades, preventing any more go down. Does use ramming speed on top of the Bullfrog, but doesn't get a kill there. Has 2 Shogun battleships in the region. What's it look like when a Hammerhead or Hammer Tank gets a Shogun battleship weapon? Does it get like a full battery? Collector will go down. He doesn't have a prospector here. He could perhaps set up for a command hub, but he doesn't have any allied infrastructure. Though deploying it and selling off for some credits wouldn't be not half bad idea. He does get a naval expansion as well, so he has currently 4 refineries, various quality. We've got another one being deployed on now. Magenta is starting to deploy out more refineries, but had been very nomadic with his base because his Shogun battleship is still ripping apart. Got the 2 elite or heroic Sea Wings and 2 heroic Shogun battleships. Takes out that ore collector. Now we also got a Terror Drone advancing forward. The Sea Wings do transform to Sky Wings and takes it out quite quickly. One of the chopper bears to go down, almost takes out the Bullfrog underneath it. We're now doing a good job at preventing those Shogun battleships from going down to those terror drones. Just going to transform there. He may need to use a ram maneuver. Ram maneuver does take out one of the Akula subs, and all 3 Akula subs goes down to the ramming maneuvers. Oof. And now the naval yard is going to be under siege. Magenta, however, is pushing forward into this opponent's base, getting some good hits in. So all the Jet Tengu escort now leaving Magenta free reign. He's going down straight from the mecha base, likely a tier 2, so he needs to get that out before any striker VXs come out. Another War Collector does go down. And Silence base here will be gutted. Up north, we've got a Shogun battleship, so I can only see 1 Sea Wing, and maybe it went down to an Ultra Torpedo. This one does receive a hit by the Ultra Torpedo. Going for the Super Reactor. Super Reactor will go down. There's a Sky Wing, so the other one's still alive. Now we've got Balloon Bombs. Looks like a level 1 Balloon Bomb. And here comes Final Squadron X, a little bit overkill in that region. And Magenta's MCV is pushing down south. Cyan still has a base here. He needs to make sure he maintains anti-aircraft forces since he's facing against twin blades. Magenta is out of oil barracks now, and Cyan does have a production. And yet he has NCV and power plant scored away in the bottom part of the map. He does have another C wing over here. He could pass. Does spot out this expansion. It's relatively safe. Has plenty of credits as well. Your warriors are making advance, trying to engage these forces. He does get some great crushes there, taking out. He actually gained any crushes there. The gun actually made them do flips, preventing them from actually getting crushed. Takes out that one hammer tank there. Wasn't sure what gun it had. But the one with the King Oni gun is still up and going. Imagine us expanding out to this area here, trying to get some income. Looks like he doesn't have enough for another refinery. And here comes satellites. That may be a level 3 satellite. Looks like it's a level 3 satellite. Not enough to take out either structure. It doesn't have a whole lot left. It does have 2 refineries, both of them plenty of ore. Pressure Crane will allow him to maintain being mobile. Sea Wings advance forward. Shogun battleships on the way. Blue has gotten out another expansion there. Needs to make sure that gets in the anti-aircraft mode. And now Shogun battleships are going down for the Prospector or Ore Collector. In the MCV now, CVs receive quite a bit of fire. Does pack on up, receiving a bit of fire. Crusher Crane can keep it repaired up for free. Since he's pretty low in credits, maybe a good idea to let it get repaired up by the Crusher Crane. Ore Collector does get infected by the Terror Drone and does get Terror Drone does get gunned down by the Defender Corps. Boom Bomb's not being called on in. Much of his base has been gutted. He does not have anything remaining. He didn't have time to crush his Ore Collectors either. If he would have time to crush his Ore Collectors, that would have been great. Cool Subs trying to pursue the Shogun battleship, but probably won't be successful. Another ore refinery being deployed on out. Here comes the Skywing. Cool Subs lurking around. And maybe some ultra torpedoes right there. Cash Bounty does give him a nice little bit of funding. We got a Skywing up in the air, or Refinery Corps trying to avoid these Akula subs. And the MCV does get spotted there by the Akula subs. Empire MCV is trying to make his way back out onto land. Now the Soviet MCV is receiving a bit of fire there. He's getting near that Crusher Crane. He needs to crush this Ore Collector as well. That gives him 1,000 credits. He just gets some hits there by his hammer tank there with the King Oni head. MCV is severely wounded. Do have, looks like it's going to be soon to be a final voyage. Let's take it out and get some great splash damage there. Ultra torpedoes do connect as well. Empire MCV is severely wounded, and here comes the Twin Blades. And across the Empire MCV. Also got a Terror Drone now in the mix as well. And does go and gun it down there with a heroic Sea Wing. Oh, here's Sea Wings advancing forward. Looks like the Soviet MCV may have been crushed. Whoever the crusher crane will not get it in time before the war factor goes down or goes up. Boost up, find some hits there. So we got the pair of heroic Shogun battleships are advancing forward. Fires a volley there, takes up the elite Akula sub. Do we have a Sputnik going his way forward, pushing his way forward? And of course, got the Shogun battleships advancing forward. There's no more. There's this infrastructure here for him to hit. Sputnik's pulling out a fresh ore refinery, and he's starting to barrage down these ore collector. It does receive a bit of repairs. Immediately crushes it. Ore collector here will spot these forces. He does go ahead and finish off that ore refinery there, but without any other additional structures. Yep, and decides to do a mass sell-off. It looks like Scion does manage to win just barely. Pretty good comeback put out by Scion there. I think if Blue wouldn't spin around being stupid, pulling out all those prospectors and sell them off, he would have backed out immediately. Team right side would probably definitely have won. This is Anna Great saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.